Like when you're born in the middle of a war, you get locked in early. You like, I got to be locked in because it's survival, right?
Yeah.
It's a part of you that's only triggered if you have to survive. If there's a shooter that walks into the room, it's survival, right? You don't think about anything else. All you think about is like, how the fuck do I get out of here alive?
Right.
You know what I mean? All right. Man, Happy New Year.
Happy freaking New
Happy
Year, brother.
2025.
Wow.
Time to thrive, right? You know what they say?
I love it.
Was that what, did we come up with that? Or was that something that was already out there?
Probably. I mean, I'll borrow it and give it back.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I dreamt it. But what's going on, man? How's your New Year going so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah?
You know, I was going to go out on New Year.
Yeah.
But my wife had surgery on the 20th, right, the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
And so it was just, you know, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of wanted to
chill out.
To just look after her, make sure she was good.
Yeah.
She's fine. She recovered excellently.
Nice.
But so I was like literally asleep by 9:30. Woke up at like a little bit after 12. Happy New Year.
Yeah, you saw the fireworks?
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
Heard, that's probably what woke me up.
Yeah, the fireworks.
And actually, I take that back. A little bit before midnight or right at midnight, you know, the fireworks start going off, the gunshots start going off. Well, my son and his friend, they don't have fireworks, but they have hot rods.
Oh.
So they're out in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
Oh, my God.
You know, revving it up, and the neighbors going crazy because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, no one wants to hear that. We moved to the suburbs so we don't have to deal with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's how I brought in the New Year.
The New Year. That was your New Year.
Yeah.
All right.
And, you know, I trained on New Year's Eve, so I didn't train New Year's Day.
Right.
I'm doing a 2-on, 1-off split.
Okay.
Because I'm finding that if I train every single day, I'm just not recovering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm almost, you know, I'm not bodybuilding. It's not like I'm getting ready for a show.
Yeah.
I want to listen to my body.
Yeah.
And recover completely.
Longevity.
And so I just said, you know what, let me put because I was doing Monday through Friday, you know. So I'm doing 2 days on, 1 day off. And it's not set in stone like which days. Yeah. I'm going to work it around the podcast. Yeah. You know. And so that's going really good. Yeah. Training going good, feel good.
So out the gate strong.
Out the gate strong.
All right.
You know, of course, you know, I've been trading, and the trading during that holiday was pretty shitty.
Was it?
So it just wasn't a lot of good opportunities. The market was doing crazy stuff. So, but I'm still practicing, still, you know, doing that. And I've been working on my diet, on my nutrition. Yeah. So not dieting yet, but the quality, you know, getting back to that. You know, before when I was competing, I used to order all my bison and my beef directly from the farm. Right. You know, that more. It is high end, but it's, you know, it's not more. It's not. It doesn't really cost more. Yeah. You just have to spend more when you're buying it. Right. Get it in bulk. Right. And make it worth your while. But anyway, found a really good distributor. Cause I've been looking for my meat. Found a really good distributor out in California, and I'm not going to tell you their name right now because I'm getting ready to start negotiating with them about
sign them up,
doing something. It's so freaking good, though. I can't wait to. Even if they don't do nothing, I'm still going to eat it.
We're still going to eat it.
It's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I was in Australia, in Melbourne, and I was at the meat market. I think I told you the story about the best beef in the world. And I always, you know, I thought Wagyu, but Australian Wagyu, right? And then, so I'm talking to the butcher, and he was like, oh, that's okay, but the best is Cape Breton, blah, 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 blah. He started telling me about, it's a little island off of Tasmania. There's no cucumbers. It's just all farmers, you know, like that. And I was just like, well, let me try it. How do you prepare it? So he had some hot water, right? So he gave me a cup of hot water and he shaved some off and gave it to me. So I'll just dip it in there. And I'm like, man, it was all like literally melted.
It's like butter.
I was like, wow. So yeah. So I found a distributor in California. Beautiful. I ordered like 20 pounds.
Hopefully all of it didn't burn up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're a little south, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
That thing is moving, man.
But it's, I mean, you know, it's fun. I've been out there during that time. I remember when my boy was growing the farm up. He got a farm up in Humboldt County. And the whole mountainside was on fire. It just didn't get all the way to the top. But like
It was coming.
Crazy. He was sending me videos. It looked like it was midnight and it was like noon.
Yeah,
it
it's
like
crazy. All the ash and smoke. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this before. I got a good client of mine. He's a good friend now, but he's a fire chief out in California. And he was telling me the other day, he was like, Paj, I've been saying for like 20 years, like, the fires are the fires. It is what it is.
Every year.
It's dry. Yeah, it's every year. He said, but if there's like wind, that's when this thing's going to burn all the way to the ocean.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When he said that.
They're having a dry hurricane right now.
Yeah.
A fire
100 mile an hour gusts of wind, and it's like 60 sustained.
Yeah,
Crazy.
On the way over here, I've been with several companies, and one of the companies I used to be with, and I won't say who it is, but the president of that company lost their home
in the fires.
Oh, it's like the front window is that's it. Everything else is gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so crazy.
Crazy.
Like, why do people want to live in California, man?
It's beautiful. It really is. It really is.
There's a lot. So is Florida.
But with beauty, there's pain. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a lot of pain. Look, man, over there you got fires, earthquakes, mudslides, fucking.
But this is how they look at it.
Great white sharks.
Down the street's burning up. Oh, we're good.
We're good.
So
it's funny because I have.
It's your turn now.
I have family in Orange County. That's way south,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, see, this is why I said. Oh, no, that's like 30 minutes away. I'm like, 30 minutes away comes real fast at 100 mile an hour wind, behind it.
Right.
So
it's kind of like living in Tornado Alley. You know what I'm saying? Like,
every year.
It might hit Texas this time.
Every year.
Whatever. In other words, they miss me this time.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. It's going to get
you on the next go around.
It's just like the Florida people. I mean, it's hurricane season. Yeah. It's every year.
Yeah. Just hopefully you're not in the one where it loops back around.
Yeah.
Goes through and then comes back.
Yeah. You don't want to get hit with that.
So,
well, hopefully, they figure that out. I saw this morning they were saying that they're running out of water to fight the. I mean, like, but what they're saying is this is weird. They were saying that the fire hydrants, there's a certain level volume of water they have to contain, and they were like, there's no way they could burn through that much water in that little time.
Wow.
Because the math doesn't even make sense. Right. You know what I mean? It's just like a certain amount of gallons per hour.
Right.
Even at, if it's constant use, like you can calculate it. They were like, well, whoever said that it was full volume, I don't know. It's fishy.
I heard that and this, I don't watch the news a lot.
Right.
I'm a YouTube dude.
I don't
But
either.
I heard that they laid off a bunch of people and shrunk the budget. Right before.
Firefighters.
Can you say conspiracy?
Yeah, man. Come on now. Like,
but, is the area that's burning? Again, I haven't really looked into the details. I just saw what I saw was somebody on TV in their living room filming outside.
Yeah.
And the outside was on fire.
Yeah.
And they were inside. They were
just like, look
I don't know where that is.
Crazy. Yeah.
But it's like, what do you
Yeah.
In other words, have you ever experienced that before? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to rebuild in the same spot?
I wouldn't even be there. I'd be out. I'd be like, no, we're going to find somewhere else. Like, with the TV show I did on VH1, Tough Love, we were in a house in the Palisades, and that house is gone.
Oh, wow.
Burned up. It's gone. All of that shit, that whole neighborhood, everything was gone, man. Crazy.
I mean, it is horrible.
Yeah.
It is horrible.
Yeah.
But, man, I mean, if these people living in these places, they got money.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got really good insurance.
A lot of money.
So how do you rebuild? You know what I'm saying? Do they not, again, are they going to give them what their house was valued? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you build a comparable house on that same property?
Probably not. And also, what's up with the soil there now? Because, when it's like fires and stuff like that soil gets real, you know what I mean? Like,
it's levels.
Like, why would you take a chance, basically? You know what I mean?
My
like,
prayers go out to them. You know, I got a friend who lives in Lahaina.
Yeah.
He said they haven't done anything over there.
Yeah, I know.
It's still just like it was a week after it was over. They haven't done nothing.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Because it's very similar.
Yeah.
The shit that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably won't be the last one. Again, you have to start combing back the layers.
Yeah.
See if that area was in line for 15 minutes, whatever. Yeah. And then you can add the conspiracy to it.
Yeah.
The fires happen every year, though.
Yeah.
But the wind this year is like hurricane, level. So I'm sure that's making a big difference.
Do you remember when Trump was there like in, I think, 2019 or something like that? And they were in the forest, and he was like, how the fuck do you guys, have you guys not figured out how to contain these things?
Yeah.
It's every year. You know what I mean? Like he was literally talking about it. And then he was starting to make examples like, this place does it. They don't have this issue.
Right.
They don't let it get to that where like it burns thousands of acres of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were talking about that this morning. I was like.
I mean, to a certain point, they can kind of, I won't say control nature, but to kind of, edge it. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like groom it, I guess you could say. But again, I don't like to speak on stuff that I haven't really dug into.
Yeah.
I just, I've seen it. Yeah. And again, because people that I know personally being affected by it, it's a little different. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I hope it all works out and those people are okay. You know what I mean? You think about like people's lives, even if they live, if they live through that, their entire life is uprooted.
So I'm gonna change subject. Not change subject, but
let's go happy. Let's do something happy.
Exactly.
Let's change. I'm getting depressed over here.
So you fill us in on how your New Year's going?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's real happy. That's a good turn. We had a party at my house, family, everybody. I called you. Mm-hmm. Could you hear anything? I don't even remember.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear anything.
Honestly, I was about 3 deep of those, and and so I was feeling real nice. I was like, hey man, I don't know if you guys are up. If you are, come over. Just come over. Don't even worry about no club or nothing like that. Right. We got Club Paj here. Right. Let's go.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good time, man. We danced, ate, drank. Good time. Real positive. Like everything was. Like just the energy was like this is how I want to bring New Year's in.
Cool.
You know what I mean? It was sometimes you go and somebody will drink too much or something like that, and it makes it weird. It wasn't like that at all. Everybody drank.
Right.
Everybody danced. Everybody partied, ate everything, and everything was wrapped up like perfect, like a perfect little.
That's how you do it though.
Yeah.
Like you're a detail dude.
Man, I like the details, man. I like the details.
What else? Go ahead. Because this is probably going to be one of them long ones, but go ahead.
Yeah. No, so the next day, when you drink that much, you're like, man, I probably won't work out tomorrow. But it was the first day of the year. We got to work out.
Right.
There's no way I can't start the year off without working out.
Yep.
That's going to fuck everything up.
Yep.
So, we chilled at the house. Me and my family just chilling on the couches. And it was like 5 o'clock. And it was like 6 o'clock. And I was like, we got to get up right now. Get up. So the whole family, we got up, got our shit, went to the gym. Everybody worked out. And then we went home. And it was like, I probably drank like three of these during my workout. I was so damn dehydrated.
Richard, call Nick. He's calling me. I don't want to answer on the thing.
Oh, Nick's calling? Yeah. So we got our workout in first. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because last year I got a workout in on the first. But last year was different. We also had a party at my house last year. Mm-hmm. But everybody drank probably the same. Mm-hmm. But everybody, it hit different. You know what I mean? Everybody went to sleep.
Oh, okay.
And
that would have been me.
Right. So I was in bed. And I'm like sitting there. I'm trying to watch TV to get tired and shit. It's like 1:30. And I'm like, man, I got so much energy right now, And my wife's, she had enough that night. So, you know what I mean? So I couldn't turn it over on her again. So I was like, all right, well, I got 2 options. Either I go downstairs and do like a HIIT training in the backyard or something like that, or just go to the gym. Mm-hmm. And I was
got
like,
the Anytime Fitness?
Yeah, that's what exactly. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go to the gym. So I grabbed my things, put in my gym. Drove to the gym. It was like 1:30, 1:45.
Was anybody in there?
Nobody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nobody.
Curious.
Yeah, there was nobody in there. I went in there, and there was one dude that showed up like as I was leaving. And it was a really big, heavy set guy, and he came in there, and I saw him get on the treadmill and started walking and shit. I'm like, and I was like, that's amazing.
You starting his year off.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But man, I did that workout. I went home, tell my mental cleansing and everything, man. Went home and took a shower and everything, got in bed, best sleep of my fucking life. You know what I mean? Woke up the next day, I was amped, man. Cool. So then I was like, you know what? I got to do this every year. Whether it's that night or the next day, I got to do it every. So it's going to become like a ritual.
So in my life, I've had 3 significant lapses in mindset. The first time was when I tore my pec.
Yeah. So
I tore my pec in 95, but in 96 I got blackballed, didn't place.
Yeah.
So I literally stopped bodybuilding.
Yeah.
After the day after prejudging, or day of prejudging at the Nationals in 96, did not go back into the gym until 99.
Wow.
Now I'm talking about not in the building.
Wow.
I was like, fuck bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then that was the first time, came back, got my pro card, whatever. Then I turned pro.
Yeah.
And now that I'm retired, it's been 7 years now.
Yeah.
Well, the first 2 years, I was just trying to get rid of them parasites and get my health back, and figure out how I was going to make money and all that type of stuff. And then I wanted to be smaller because I knew if I knew I wasn't going to be able to just keep lifting and get to this size.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because I had something else to focus on, I focused on my health. I focused on my wife. I was going through a lawsuit, all that crap.
Yeah.
So I just basically, my body and my mind was
out of whack.
Checked out.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, it's been about 4 months now. Somebody came to me and wanted me to coach them. And I was just like, you know what? Training somebody for a show is different from personal training. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna work out with you, and maybe that'll help trigger some shit in me. You know what I'm saying? Right. That way I can create the intensity that you need to do well. Right. And it worked. It actually got me back mentally where I needed to be, so I can be consistent and dedicated and do all those things.
Right.
Because it's all mental. You know what I'm saying? Those times that I took off, I still knew how to do it. I knew what to do. I knew where, all that type of stuff.
I bet your body jumped.
But my mentality was just not there.
Yeah.
And so, this is the time of year where everybody's got their New Year's resolutions. They got their goals and their physical goals, financial goals, relationship goals, all that type of stuff. Most people focus on the goal, and that's not a problem. Yeah. But the mindset is what's going to get you to the goal, not the action, not the actual activities. You know what I'm saying? The activities are a part of the equation, but it's the mindset. Because when you're locked in, the little voice that tells you, oh, it's too cold today, or it's too this today, you be like, you know.
Well, honestly, that voice doesn't even show up anymore.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This is not even like
if once you get your mind right, it almost becomes mechanical,
right?
It's like a machine.
Yeah, you just know what to do.
And so I'm noticing now. So when I'm ready to get out of the bed,
right?
So before I get out of the bed, when I know I'm not getting back in the bed, I do my I sleep with an eye mask. Okay. And it's got the stereo.
Yeah.
I put on my morning meditation. All right. So I put it on and I lay there. Because I used to get up and I track my sleep. I used to get up and you know what HRV is, right? Yeah. The variable heart, whatever. Right, it used to be all out of whack because I used to just bounce out the bed. I used to go from laying horizontal to just poof.
Dead sleep to
and then I look at it
like,
man, I don't think that's good. So anyway, now I lay there and sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 2 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 30 minutes, depending on what it is. Sometimes I'm doing, like an audio book.
Right.
Sometimes it's just frequency.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
But I'm connecting with God. I'm connecting with the source.
Yep.
Laying there, say my prayer, all that, and then I start my day. When I do that, man, I'm locked in. I'm good.
Locked in
all day.
Yeah. I remember
the first thing I did was connect with God, get my mind right.
Right.
And now I just flow throughout the rest of the day.
I remember when you started being consistent with your training, and I noticed every day you a little bit different, a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, this is not just a physical thing. No. People always like focus in on the physical side of it.
Yep.
I'm like, the mental part I think is actually more important than physical. Because
everything,
right? Because if you're not
everything,
that mind muscle connection that they always talk about, that's a real thing. Right?
Let's just say you can't physically get to the building.
Right.
You can't get to the gym. You can't get to the whatever.
Right.
If you took the same amount of time and mentally did it in your head, which that sounds really super boring, but I'm just saying, if you did studies showing that it's very similar in results.
Yeah.
I mean, Kobe, all the greats used to, do it.
Meditate.
Me personally, I used to visualize if I know I'm doing back tomorrow.
You already pictured it.
All day today, I'm thinking about back. I'm thinking about the moves. I'm thinking, I do that.
Yeah.
And when you do that type of stuff, it bears more fruit because you've thought it out.
Yeah. You're prepared.
Yeah, you worked it out.
So as soon as you get to the gym, you're like, oh, I remember this. I've already seen it.
Yep.
I've already seen this workout.
Yep.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, it's really important, man.
Visualization. Yep.
Yeah, huge. Speaking of visualization, what's your vision for 2025, man? For you, you know what I mean? Like, what are the goals?
Wow.
Well, what are the goals for the first part? Let's say that, because honestly, the goals are like.
So there you go.
You know what I mean?
My goal is to take it in sections.
Right.
Right. In other words, I have an idea of an outcome, but that makes it more like a destination.
Right.
2025. Right. I want to just literally be the best possible human being that I could be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In every single way.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just going to start with the basics. I'm not going to pile a bunch of demands on myself.
Yep.
I want to be consistent.
Yep.
I want to be transparent. I want to be focused. You know what I'm saying? So when people dealing with me, I'm setting the standard in the beginning.
Right.
I done been in a lot of relationships. I done I've been in the beginning of a lot of deals.
Yeah.
I done been in a room with some 100 millionaire, all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm 58 years old. I'm tired of getting effed over.
Yeah.
I'm tired of all the dumb shit.
Yeah.
So whenever I do stuff, I'm going to lay it out on the table.
Yeah.
Everybody agreed, and I'm holding it to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it go from 0 to 15 million a month, and then everybody gets squirrely. Like, they did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we did it.
We did it. We did it. The
saying?
whole team did it.
So I want to just keep the egos in check.
Yeah.
Put it physically.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to do some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm about to wreck shit as far as physically appearance.
Right.
Now, and I'm not doing it to compete, although I may compete.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, I want to represent a high value man who gives a damn about other people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to basically be an asset.
Yeah.
If you messing with me, I'm gonna be.
You going
I'm
places.
An asset, you know what
That's right.
And so that's really what I'm gonna do.
That high value man. I mean, that's why we named it the Alpha Hour, because that's what a high value man is.
Yes.
He's an alpha, but he's a high value man that's out there to help people, and everything else comes with that.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there's literally one of my favorite things about our relationship is our reasoning to do things is all the same. It's to help people. You know, like, we don't, like, when have we ever sat down, hey man, look, how much money you would think, you know what I mean? It's like,
that's a turnoff to me, actually.
We don't even talk about that, man.
It's a turnoff because I've done it that way before, and it's all squirrely.
Yeah.
I don't want to do things for money.
No,
I want to be compensated, but I don't want to. I'm just here so I won't get fined. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have that attitude.
Yeah.
I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I love it. I'm passionate.
Right.
You know, I'm giving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
And, you know, I tell people a lot. You know, in every relationship, you got two mindsets. You got a picnic mindset where we're going to collaborate and everything's going to be lovely. And then you got a poker mindset.
Right.
How much is in for me? How much I can get these dudes for? You know what I'm saying? Like, this mindset works. It is business, straight business. But then you got to, like, do drugs and alcohol to sleep at night. Whereas you can have the same kind of success in this type of situation and sleep very well at night.
Yeah.
You're helping others. I decided today on the way over here, when I get the FU money status, that's when I want to just start giving it away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to get to the point where I'm so set that it's going to be fun giving it away.
Yeah, like, you don't have to. So I'll tell you something funny. You said that last year when the company started to make money, like real money, I was like, all right, what I'm going to do is, because before that, I used to check the bank account like a couple times a day, you know, like how much money, how much money.
Wow. I remember that.
But this is before I was making money, because I was spending it all trying to bring in business, right? So I was like, okay. So then last year, we started to make money, like real money. And I was like, all right, you know what I'm going to do? restrain myself from checking the bank account. I'm going to trust in my work that my money is never going to be to anywhere where I have to worry about my bills, spending money, booking a trip, whatever, right? So I just kind of winged myself off of doing that, dude. I might check my account like once, if I get a notification, I'll check it or something like that. But I might check it like once a month. You know what I mean? I don't even check my account anymore. Like I'm not, and it's not to say, you know, oh, like I make so much money. It's none of that. It's that I know my hard work is putting money in the account to the point where I'm okay. Even when we go places and I give, you know, the waiter $300 or, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? All the times I do that, I don't like go, all right, well, look, if I give him $300, then I got to call this person to make that $300 back and do this and this. Yeah. I just, you know, I go by my feeling.
Your attitude and mentality towards money is going to help, if not dictate, how much money you make or goes through your hands. Yeah. Because it ain't really how much you make is hoard, or is how much you keep, but really how much is yours. You can do whatever you want. Cash flow is king, not cash is king, is the point I'm trying to make. And so when you're not focused on the actual dollars itself, your money is currency, it's energy. Yeah. You know, I think I told the story about the guy who gave me $1 million to do that chocolate thing. Yeah. And I was like, why would you give a black man you never laid eyes on? You know what I'm saying? You used to work with a billionaire. Why would you do that? He said, Tony, honestly, he said, talking to you on the phone, the energy that I was feeling in the conversation, because the money ain't nothing. The money is just energy. He said, your energy matched my money, so it made sense to me. Yeah. I was like, wow. And me and him still like this. Yeah. One of the smartest dudes I've ever met. Yeah. And to be honest with you, and I'm just thinking this now, I want us to have a conversation. Yeah, 100%. Because Greg, his name is Greg Lane. Greg was one of, if not the top, merger and acquisitions attorney in the nation. So when I prayed to God or asked the universe for $1 million, I said, I need $1 million, but I also need the person that gives me the money to have that skill set, which I don't even know how I could have even know to add that to it. Yeah. But God says, ask for the craziest thing that you could think of. That way, when you get it, you know where it came from. Right. So I said, not only do I need $1 million, but I need that person to have the skill set to help me build this company, because I don't know what I'm doing. And he was a merger and acquisitions attorney. Oh, wow. And listen to me, I didn't even ask him for the money. I told him I had an invoice for $480. Yeah. And he said, well, you need about $500 because you're going to need some operating capital, and I'm going to hold another $500 just in case you need that. Yeah. And my mind just...
You're like, that number, man.
It just exploded because I knew that I was tapped into the source. Yeah. And I mean, now... Because now I'm living in such an attitude of gratitude that I don't really ask for much. Yeah. Because when I ask, I really need it or really want it or whatever. So I try not to ask for too much. Yeah. I'm always, when I pray, I'm thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Guide me, lead me. Yeah. Thank you.
You know, I tell you what I've been asking is not for me. You know, like now. You know, you go through a period in your life when you're younger, you're like, dear Lord, please just give me this, or let me get this job, or let me get this girl, or let me, whatever it is, right? And like I caught myself, maybe like a month ago, I literally did a prayer by myself, and the entire prayer was about other people. Like I didn't say anything about me. Right. I didn't say help my business, help this, help. No, it was like literally I prayed for and the funny thing is when I sat down to pray, I was like, all right, I'm going to pray about my business. I'm going to pray about this. I'm going to pray about...
And that didn't come out your mouth?
None. None of it came out, man. It was all for other people. And the only thing I asked for myself was to help me be a really good leader. You know what I mean? So that the people around me can benefit from me being around them. That was the only thing I asked for. And man, that was like, that happened. And then I got the call from that doctor, the cancer guy. Yeah. And that's a whole thing. I mean, that's going to be amazing to work on. I mean, think about it, man. Because I mean, we've done it, but you know, get it to the where it's recognized as a treatment for cancer, where it's all natural.
Well, again, because I've been through this process, and because I know how the pharmaceutical company. So you got two things going on, right? So when you go get diagnosed, they're actually telling you got, this is what they told my wife, you have stage 2 or 3 HER2 triple positive aggressive inflammatory cancer.
Right.
Can't even say that in one breath.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so when they tell you that, this is immediately in your mind, oh, I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then the next thing is, well, here you need to do this treatment, you need to get a biopsy, then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But what about the rest of you?
Right.
That doesn't have cancer.
Right.
So you have breast cancer, prostate, whatever.
Yeah.
So that section of your body has a problem.
Yeah.
The rest of you doesn't.
Yeah.
I want to focus on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So we team up with the physicians.
Yep.
They do this part.
Yep.
We help people with this part. And so now you could be whole again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's what you do before you get diagnosed, what you do before they start doing what they do, and then what you do after they get finished what they do. And that's how you, because most people, they're trying to just get in remission. What does remission mean? That means I'm just going to go sit down for a minute. I'm not actively growing in your body, but I'm still here.
Yeah. If I decide, I'm just going to start growing again.
Like, and then they say cancer-free. I'm just like, okay, but did you turn your immune system back on?
Yeah.
You just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you get the clear and now you get to go back and be regular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a whole, your whole life is different. Yeah. You don't look different. You don't feel different. You're medically different. Your chemicals, you know what I'm saying? Like everything's different. And so there's a whole plethora.
Well, and the craziest part is that we know what works. You've done it with Kelly. My wife's done it, but I'm just saying, like, but again, we have all these people who have stage 4 colon cancer and shit, like, it's
just getting the body in a position where it can actually either receive this better or do it itself. Either or. I'll take either or. Yeah. Whatever is necessary.
Yeah.
It's like bodybuilding. We did whatever was necessary to achieve what we were trying to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that one thing right there, when we talked about legacy, remember the last whatever episode that was, we talked about legacy, right? And how people it's real common for people to refer to their kids as their legacy. Right. Which is not true. No. Your kids they have their own legacy, because ask Jeffrey Dahmer. Right,
they don't even know you kids.
Bro, ask Jeffrey Dahmer's parents if that's their legacy. They're gonna be like, fuck that.
If you do it right, they'll never know your kids.
Right. So
not because of you. They'll know their kids because of them.
Because of themselves. But
not because of you.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So legacy is what you do, what you live, and how you live, and what you do to help people. Yeah. And how cool would it be to put something together for, even if, let's say a bunch of them don't believe in it, that they only stick to what, the MD's way is, and they don't even want to give this a try. But there's still a giant portion that will. They'll say, look, I'll try this first. If this doesn't work, I mean.
Remember now, in order for this to be successful,
you got to be locked in.
It's work, bro.
Yeah.
It's work. It ain't no picnic.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelly, I used to be like, wow, baby, you really hanging in there. You really doing this. She was like, I'm inspired. I have cancer. You know what I'm saying? In other words, that's why she was doing it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to do it. You wouldn't want to measure your pee.
Yeah.
And all that type of all day long for months and months and months. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot to it.
It was very intense.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that I was in a position to where I didn't have to go work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything. My money showed up on the first every single month.
Yeah.
And I was able to completely focus on her. Yeah. Because if she had just went straight from in where she was straight into that.
Yeah.
This would be a different conversation.
Yeah, it'd be a different conversation.
Like,
well, no, I mean,
most people, they don't die from the disease. They die from the therapy.
Yeah. Well, Kelly's a fighter anyway. I mean, that's her, you know what I mean? I'm sure that's one of the things you picked up on from the beginning.
Honestly, not that I didn't think she was gorgeous and sexy and all that type of stuff, but that wasn't even close to why I chose her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even, like, if I was, you have to understand, like, looks are awesome.
Yeah.
But if it's not connected to something wholesome,
It's just the look.
It's literally gonna be like a nice pizza or burger. You know what I'm saying? Like you appreciate it, but if it doesn't have any substance to it, it's just gonna be another.
Man, I'm so glad you said that, because that's.
I mean, how? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, even I was like really focused on my appearance and my image and my looks and all that. Yeah. But I was trying to make art. Yeah. You know, I wasn't. In other words,
you weren't trying to look good to get.
When I wasn't getting ready for the Olympia or the Arnold or whatever, I still was making art. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The show was just the show. Yeah. The show was for them, for y'all. Yeah. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just. It's being locked in. Yep. Having something to strive for. Yeah. Again, that's why when I retired, I didn't really want nothing to do with bodybuilding. I'm like, that consumed my entire existence. Right. Now I want to go do something else.
Do something else.
But you can't let go of the fitness and wellness side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you said
my buddy just told me something the other day about. He's like, there's an I in illness, but there's a we in wellness. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I like that.
I'm like, that makes sense.
I like that.
That makes sense. But you know, when you said the thing about the looks is, I think, especially more than ever now because of social media, filters, and all this shit. First of all, the filters are out. Dude, I've seen some shit. They take like a fat person, put a filter on them, they got like a 12-pack. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Brought up filters.
Catfishing ass moment.
What about the filter that gives these little skinny white girls this ass and hips?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
I'm like, boy,
it's some outlandish shit.
Go make a cartoon, baby.
Well, that's what it is, right?
And then you got all these AI, IG accounts.
Look at that. Look at that right there. BBL before and after photo stimulator.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I'm talking about the ones that make their waist this little and their hips way
like
out
that?
there.
Like that?
Yeah. Oh.
That's pretty accurate. Come on, now it's not even the same human being. What's happening today?
Crazy, man.
You just so.
Well, first of all, I bet you there's no what do you call it? Surveys.
Yeah.
Asking men.
Yeah. What do they think?
What do they think about BBL?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
They're not. A lot of dudes, when they locked in on just a fat ass, okay, they'll take anything.
Yeah.
But no, that is not it. First thing I look for is the midsection, because that's where they take all the fat.
Yeah.
They all got the same. But you want to have the same midsection as every other
person on earth.
And make my booty like her booty. What the hell?
That's what they do. They take a photo. Hey, I want it to look like this. Okay, make me look like this.
Yeah, but you forgetting that you don't have her hip structure and legs, and so you just
bone
got the
structure
ass part and just stuck on there.
Yeah. It looks ridiculous, man.
No, man.
Some of them are really ridiculous. But anyway, more than ever, because of this look thing, right? Everybody's focused in on looks, right? Mm-hmm. And like, we can come from a different perspective, because even before there was any of that shit, right? We can pick whoever we wanted. We had the options of the best looking women. 10s, you know what I mean? All
delivered.
10s. And the thing is, like, and it wasn't even us going up to them.
That's what I mean by delivered.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you came to see me. You came to see my show.
Right. Exactly.
All I did was, I just drove over here.
I just did what I'm going to do anyway.
Ready. I walked out there and there you were.
Yeah. Front row. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when you're on that side of it, and sometimes I have to remind myself I'm talking to somebody who they don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. But with us, I can talk to you about it because I know you live the same way. And so when you're with a woman who's considered to be a 10 out of 10, right? Means she's extraordinarily beautiful, right? And somebody else sees you with, why is this motherfucker with this chick? Like this, you know what I mean? Hating. He's so ugly. Why the fuck was she gonna be with him? You know, like that kind of shit. Because, and it's so stupid. Like, you're that clueless. You're that fucking dumb that you think, first of all, a man's not supposed to be pretty. Okay? A man's supposed to look like a man, you know?
I know what you're saying.
No, but I'm saying, sexy and pretty are different. Sexy and pretty are different.
I hate it when a dude calls me handsome. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, I'm a man.
I hate that word,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? No, a woman can call me handsome or whatever, and I'll be like,
whatever. I don't even want a woman calling me
handsome.
What
I'm saying is, you know, there's compliments you give to a dude.
Yeah.
You're a good-looking guy, bro. You're a really awesome individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
wow, you look sexy.
You look
today.
handsome.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. But yo,
bro.
Who you talking to? Yeah.
I mean, like I know they fans and they can, just social media say what you want, but I'm just saying, like, that's never gonna be cool with me.
Oh, dude, I saw a comment on one of your videos, one of the shorts. You probably saw it. The dude was like, "That's my husband right there." The dude said, "That's my husband right there." I was like,
you see me say, "Bruh."
I know.
I'm like, I'm listen.
That comment, I was like,
I'm a boy, Damon.
This motherfucker. Yeah, right? I was like, this is great. This is great. Whoever that was, man.
I'm not dealing with it. And again, I don't mind you, but I would never do that, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how guys go up to girls?
Yeah.
And they be like, yo, baby, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
I ain't saying don't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I never had to do that.
Right.
I'm me. You're you.
Yeah.
We make eye contact. I say a couple of words. There is no game.
Yeah.
I have no game whatsoever.
No.
This is me.
Yeah.
I am a spectacle. I know I'm unique in so many ways.
Yeah.
So I didn't try to sell myself.
You didn't have to.
If you don't like me, then you don't like.
High five.
You got problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a likable, lovable dude.
Yeah.
I'm a good guy. I used to think I was a nice guy, but I'm not a nice guy because I'm a psycho in my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
And I mean well for everyone. I am not threatened by anyone.
Yeah.
That's why I can live my life. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not threatened by anything or anyone.
Yeah.
Because I don't put that energy out.
No.
So I don't have ops.
Yeah.
If I have an op, he's opping on his own. He over there by himself mad at me.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not even participating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're living your life. But that's a big thing now, man. And it seems like every year it's getting more like severe. Well, people doing all this shit to themselves, like it started off with Botox, then it was like filler, then it was like in the lips, and then it was like take fat from here, put it
anything but
here.
hard work.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So I have a client, and she's a black woman executive.
Yeah.
Right. And she already had a good physique. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was overweight, whatever, right? So she comes and hires me. And, I'm like, I don't know what she wants. I'm just going to train her.
Yeah.
Number one, I know she don't want to compete.
Right.
Right. They just she's an executive. She works for an insurance company. She wants to be healthy. Yeah. But me, because I'm looking at her physique, I'm just like, wow.
She can compete.
No, I don't want to compete. I'm just saying.
No, but she could if you want.
To see an executive black woman, or this woman, period. I'm just using her because she's voluptuous and all that. But now it's like all coming together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so now, and she told me the other day, she's like, I'm getting challenged. Like one of her, I think it's her niece or somebody, was like one of the challenge. She's like, "Ooh, you losing weight? You look good."
Yeah.
So now they want to like,
they got a challenge.
Money.
Yeah, okay.
Hilarious. So she says she does Zooms.
Yeah.
All the time with her coworkers. She works remotely.
Yeah.
Right. So she's on the. Imagine she works for. I won't tell you who she works for, but she's on with these executives from all over the country.
Executive, right.
And so they all sitting there
from there
from the neck up.
Yeah.
And she said they met in person at some gathering, and now everybody get to see what everybody look like.
Oh, man.
And she kind of blew their mind.
Because they have filters on that shit, too.
Exactly.
Bro,
so
Zoom has filters.
She blew their mind.
Rich, doesn't Zoom have filters or something like that? Or what, maybe
Zoom has filters. I hate it, because I'm just like, wait a minute.
Why is there filters on Zoom, man? Like, who am I even talking to anymore?
She's doing so well. She's not even doing a diet yet. She's just the training.
She's just training.
I'm saying, I told her, I was like, I said, if you do the diet, all your friends
forget
will hate
about
you.
it. Yeah.
All of them.
You're going to have to get new friends.
Yeah. But like I say, I focused on flat stomach.
Yeah.
She's got the hips and all that. But man, she looks I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. I had to cancel our session today because we're doing this. But
hey.
I'm proud of her. But what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make is she's putting in the work.
Yeah. She's doing the work. Yeah.
She can afford to go get any kind of surgery she wants.
Yeah.
She can go do whatever.
Yeah.
She's putting in the work.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's going to stay. She's not going to have to go back and do this again. I'm getting her to the point where she doesn't even need me as a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think I make it to where she can just come in there and not think. I make her laugh, whatever, we work out. But man, the results is crazy to the point where I'm just like, if you was to do any of the diet, the eating part,
forget about it.
Forget about
it. Now, I'll tell you, for me, for my fitness, my physical, I'm going to do things complete. Like last year, I had to hustle so much for work you know, that I neglected my physical side.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And let me say, I already see your results.
Well, but thank God.
A couple of workouts.
Dude, I took some before pictures, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. I almost broke my camera.
Right.
I was so mad at myself. I was like, I look like this?
You're letting me walk around looking like this? I got mine in my
wife's like,
phone too.
What are you talking about? You're like the sexiest dude ever. I'm like, look at this picture and then look at me back in the day when I was like, and not like 20 years ago.
No. Just when you was actually just being consistent.
When I was being consistent.
Yeah. No,
and I'm like,
again,
I'm not even the fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to do nothing special. I'm not about to go, you know, recreate the X-Man.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like being consistent.
Right.
The one thing that I did when I was competing, that this time I want to make sure I'm really on point with. And again, nutritionally, I was on point. I did get my macros in, but I'm telling you right now, focusing on micronutrients, like nutrient-dense food, because you have to understand, you have to look for that. Mm-hmm. When you go to the grocery store, there's not a lot of nutrient-dense food in there. Right. Even the stuff that's supposed to be nutrient,
it's still not.
It's still not.
Yeah.
So you have to go out of your way.
Yeah.
So now I'm going out of my way to make sure I got the top nutrients in my body. Yeah. Because you know you can find good macros everywhere.
I'm all in with that because that's the one, because you know when you're working like the way I was working for the business, you're eating whenever, like literally, like I was just like, okay, I just need to get some food in me, like whatever it was, right? So I was just eating bad, I was eating whatever,
just whatever,
whatever
to get you through.
And before, I used to never do that. Before I was like this, regimented. All right, this time, boom, boom, boom. I had my meals, everything was good, which is why it looked so great. And then I'll tell you funny. So I know our Thanksgiving episode came out, right? So I was watching that this weekend. By the way, thank you for all the support, man. Over 50,000 views, man. That's
what?
I mean, Richard called me. I didn't even know.
I don't even understand.
I don't even know what's happening, man. But we appreciate that for sure. But I'm watching the episode, right? And I'm looking at him. I'm like, why do I look like I got like a moon face? My face is all fucking round. And then I had like a turkey neck. I was like, like legit. I was like, why the fuck do I have a third chin? Where the fuck this motherfucker come from?
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I was like, baby, come here. Am I seeing shit? Or do I have another chin right there? Under my chin. Do I have a chin under my chin?
A chin under my chin?
And she's trying to be, you know, she's so loving. She's trying to be, like legit. She's trying to, like the boys are laughing. Legit, man. Cause like if you would have seen, I was screaming on my couch. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like, why didn't you tell me I look like that?
That 4K ain't playing.
No, yeah, that 4K. Chase, thank you for the 4K. I saw my fourth chin.
Right.
And I was like, oh, fuck that. I'm like, I'm at that level now. I'm like, oh, fuck that. So, man, I think I killed that day I went to the gym, I think I did like 4 hours of cardio. I was doing neck exercises and shit.
Listen, that's what the before pictures are for.
Oh,
right?
dude.
You have to understand. Like when it takes a long time to get to where you get disgusted with yourself.
With yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I used to compete, you know, you look so good competing. So after the show, you know, you start eating stuff just, you know. So for the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks after the show, I would never cut the light on in the bathroom. I would just be in the dark. I didn't even want to see myself.
Looking ridiculous.
Didn't even want to see myself.
Right.
Well, ridiculous, you know, for normal people.
Right.
For me, I was disgusted.
For you, yeah.
But when you take those before pictures, front, back, side, and you look at yourself, and you be like, what the hell?
Bro,
because the camera ain't nice at all. Man, especially when you standing back and you got that plain background. So it's just like, oh, hell
bro, and then, you know, for us, we're even, because we've done it a whole
you
life.
Have something to measure it against.
Bro, man,
if you had to lose 150 pounds, you'd be like, whatever,
bro,
just get me skinny.
Yeah,
but
just lose
you
weight.
Have something to compare it to.
Man, I'm like zooming in. I went back and watched some of my old workout videos from back American Body Works that we did. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like back then I like lived in the gym because I was doing personal training, so I was there all day, and then I would go do the security, and then I had the Chippendales thing. So that's all I did was like my business was me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then my business became doing our health business, and then it was like, all right, this is coming in. I got to run with it.
Now you got to look the part. Now you got to be You got to be the brand.
This is the funniest part. So everybody I deal with, I'm like, yeah, I'm so out of shape, this and that. They're like, are you serious? They're like, dude, I would pay money right now to look like the way you look right now today.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But in my mind, I'm like, bro, are you fucking nuts?
Wow.
Yeah, because I know my potential. I think that's what it is.
Again, your mindset is showing you what's been already there, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's like you got these, trust me, bro, like when I called my son after I retired and I wasn't going to the gym, I was like, this is because I prayed. I prayed to God. I was like, please remove whatever this is from my body, because I'm an addict. I can't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when it physically left my body, I was like, ooh, wow, I really don't want to. It's really gone.
Yeah.
Okay, now what I do? It was crazy,
dude. I'm telling you, man.
It's crazy.
So I do want to do this. I took the photos to fuck myself up, which it worked.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna do it now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on my plan, right? Yeah. Get myself into shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Proper shape.
Yeah.
Not round like I am right now.
Shape.
Not looking like a turkey. And then I'm gonna put the before and afters. You know what I mean? And then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, just dude, I'll show you. You know, off camera. I ain't gonna try to break the cameras tonight.
No.
But
no, I have several. I've done that. Because I told Dave Plumbo, you know, like I'm training again. He's like, well, send me some pictures. I'm like,
yeah, like, what are you gonna do with these pictures? What are you putting? You got to delete them.
Again, being a high value man.
Yeah.
Number one's mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is your relationship with the Most High.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because if you're not living for that, then you'll do anything. You're gonna keep on slipping.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a robot for God.
Mm-hmm.
I realize now that I have the opportunity to live a life where people can see.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not asking you to look at me as, oh, this is how we do it. What I'm saying is, from inside out, I can project the best version of me, right? And I also can share my technique, my methods, resources with other people who would like the same.
Yep.
And my philosophy or my process is for men and women and children and kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I base it on cellular health. So if your cells are functioning properly, you got your mind right, pretty much everything else will fall into place, because everything that you need already exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you got to go out there and create a gym or a piece of equipment, or everything that you need is available.
There, yeah.
A lot of times, if your mind is not where it's supposed to be, you could be right next to it.
Yeah.
You ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you looking for something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking for it and it's right there.
You're like, where's my phone? God damn it. I've been looking for that motherfucker for like, bitch, it's in your hand. What are you?
We've been programmed to look up in the sky for God, for the sky daddy.
Yeah.
When it's within.
In your heart, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's that special to where it doesn't have to be outside of.
Yeah.
If you created something, would your creation need to know everything about you in order for you to be real?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My creation proves that I'm real.
Mm.
So one of the first things that I do every single day is acknowledge creation, because, you know, we're too stupid to be atheists. You know what I'm saying? If you look around at creation and acknowledge creation, if you believe in evolution and Big Bang,
whatever.
I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to argue with you on that, because it makes sense if you wanted to with enough time and all that. But I'd rather read the Bible, even if it's not like history.
Right.
It describes what we see every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I got stuff to do. I can't sit up here and say, "Well, show me."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't need that. God shows me. Number one, if you pay attention. So God talks to us all the time. Most of us, we're not paying attention. Yeah. That's why they want us distracted.
Mm-hmm.
So many things have happened in the past 14 days.
Yeah.
Is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So right before Christmas, I'm seeing consecutive numbers, right? Now, the numbers themselves doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
When I see numbers, I know now to pay attention.
Right.
God's talking to me.
That's talking to you.
Tap me on my shoulder. That nigga used to say, pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Pay attention. So every time I see the number, I analyze what's going on in my life right now. Boom. All of a sudden, and you add into it. Now, that's the crazy part because you're adding to what is happening to me, and I haven't even told you what's happening to me yet. So when I tell you and then you tell me, I'm just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
So now we have all these things lined up that we're getting ready to implement and execute. That wasn't even 30 days ago. They wasn't even there.
We weren't even talking about it.
They weren't. It wasn't even.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what's the difference?
Yeah.
Our minds.
Yeah. Our minds are locked in, man. Yeah. I mean, I know for me, I've been locked in my entire, because I kind of have to be. Like when you're born in the middle of a war, you get locked in early. You like, I got to be locked in because it's survival, right?
Yeah.
It's a part of you that's only triggered if you have to survive. If there's a shooter that walks into the room, it's survival, right? You don't think about anything else. All you think about is like, how the fuck do I get out of here alive?
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't think about your bills and your credit score.
You're not turning around looking for your stuff.
No, you leave everything behind. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I just want to be alive. So when you're born in a situation where, like, right off the bat, your instinct is to be, vigil and protect yourself. You get locked in, and so when you're growing, your brain is not the same. Like a 10-year-old that goes through that is not a 10-year-old that goes to a private school or even a regular school here.
Right.
Because they have no fucking idea. What do you mean you drop bombs? Bombs where? You know what I mean? Like you have no idea.
Right.
So you're locked in. So I've always been locked in with everything, right? So, and I remember, like, I used to think, like, you remember when they started talking about how kids have ADHD and they wanted to give them, like, these medicines because they're overstimulated. And I was like, maybe I have that shit. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was from the early childhood, waking up, and being born into that situation, and then just learning, like, okay, I got to be locked in at all time. So I was locked in from that point till even today. But my locked in now is not the same.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Right. So
there's not survival mode.
No, because there's a part of me that I know I can protect myself. I know I can protect my circle. I know I can protect my family. No worries. I mean, I wouldn't even think twice about giving my life for any of you guys. But you get to a point where you don't think about that part of it because if it came down to it, I already know exactly what I would do. But the other part of it that's locked in now is legacy, right? So for me, my legacy is going to be how many people I can help. You know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do with money or not. Even if I help people through someone else, whatever.
Having this platform, right? Speaking your truth, being transparent, talking about subjects that are sensitive, if not taboo. And so because you got to understand, we're all walking around thinking the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? We all come from the same type of programming. Right. How you separate yourself if you figure out a way to get out of the matrix. But other than that, you in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so being able to speak the way we speak and people tune in and see it. Yeah. That's it. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm so happy that this is not the Paj and Toney show. Yeah. We're literally speaking our truth. It's really awesome to have somebody like Jason to make it all
to make us
look so, you know what I'm saying? They're so professional. I'm like, all we do is show up and talk. Right. We don't do none of that else.
Yeah, and shout out to them too because they stop us from doing a podcast before we start filming. We just start talking. It's like, hey, hold on, time out. Don't say nothing else.
Oh, and I know they haven't seen it yet. Man, my mind was blown from the vlog, bro.
Oh, bro, the vlog was crazy, right? Also, you'll see my chin in the vlog as well. There was a lot of third chinning in the vlog as well.
Man, that needs to be a regular situation.
Yeah. Hey, can we use one of those filters to filter my third chin out of that one? No? Okay.
No, you want them to be able to, you want them to
I'm
go
just
back.
kidding. He knows that.
You want to say, go back and look at episode 10.
Yeah. I'm like, go look at the vlog, the first one, and then look at the vlog we just did. Yeah. Tell me I'm not making progress. You know what I mean?
Well, another thing. Again, what I like about this equation is because now we're on Front Street.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all the stuff that we're talking, you're getting ready to see not just us, the results, but a lot of the stuff that we're creating, we're going to share with you guys. Yeah. I want to basically, man, I've got some crazy projects, but I want to educate the audience through the process, then provide whatever
the details on how to do it. Right.
Yeah. And so, it's just man, this.
I know, I'm pumped, man. I'm excited. So, how much
we done?
Is that it? Have we been done, or is that?
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, we got to go. So let's talk about non-negotiables.
Oh, I thought we was doing that with Nick, but that's fine.
Well, we're gonna do that.
Let Nick do his.
We're gonna do it with him too. But I think that's a huge. I mean, we've been talking about that for a fucking year now.
I just got a couple. I got 3.
Yeah. I've got it's not like a long list. It's
because those, if I do those 3, then all the other stuff that I want in life will show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's already, like I say, it's already there.
Right. So what's your 3?
Number 1, so I watch a lot of YouTube. I already told you that. Yeah. I watched this video about this young lady. She was saying, I've come to the realization that if I'm not living for the kingdom of God, right, then I'm living for the other kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, my whole life, I've been in the middle. I raised preacher kid, teacher kid, so I'm leaning this way. Yeah. But I was the X-Man and Diamond and all. You know what I'm saying? So I realized that when I was being and you got to understand, I have no malice in my heart, but it is what it is. Yep. So when I was doing all of that was for the other kingdom. Man, I can't. Right? Yeah. So everything that I do going forward, and again, I'm not perfect. Sin is coming short, so I'm gonna be coming short. Yeah. But I'm gonna try my best not to transgress. Right. And I'm gonna try to keep iniquity out of my heart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so I'm gonna fall short because I'm human. Right. But my goal is to enhance my creation. I mean, my relationship with the Creator, the Source, right? And live as if I know that. In other words, a lot of times people say, well, you have to have faith, and faith is awesome. But when you have a relationship and you move a little different. Yep. So my non-negotiables is to live for the kingdom, right? Whatever. Personally, that's just me doing my daily motivation, meditation, motivation, being very consistent with that. Don't slack up on that. Yep. Make sure I connect every single day before I start my day. Make sure I stay up on my physical, right? And then financial literacy. So I'm learning how to trade. I'm learning about estates and trust, all that type of stuff. So financial, so those 3 things, my relationship with God and just living for the kingdom. Yep. My physical, because that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? If you're physically locked in, mentally locked in, physically locked in, right? And then financial literacy. Those 3 things, that's where my focus is. Yeah. And if I can keep those things consistent and constant, then I'm going to be able to do all those other, I'm going to be able to help help everybody, fund, finance things, all that type of stuff.
So what about your relationship side of your life? Like your friendships, your marriage, your kids?
Okay, so before, again, I have so many friends that, the X-Man, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know if those people actually really love me.
Those are friends.
Those are friends and acquaintances and fans and all that type of stuff. When I'm locked in and I'm connected to the Source, all my friends and family and all that, because I'm already, I think I got that on lock, bro. I'm a good guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, I'm not perfect, but I think most people would have something halfway decently nice to say about me as far as our relationship. Yeah. So again, when you're locked in and you're living for the kingdom, you're gonna treat people the way that I'm gonna treat people the way like as if God was living through me. Not in religion. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not gonna be saying, oh, have you talked about Jesus? I'm not, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about personal relationship. Because if your mindset is I don't believe in God, atheist, I really don't know what to say, because if you can experience this life and think that it's just random, then I don't really, I call people like that NPCs, because a lot of people are born, they go through their whole life and they die. You never knew them, you never heard of them, they just was another person walking around. Mm-hmm. I already know I'm not that. So I think that I have created something that people expect me to be a certain way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna live up to it. Yeah. I'm gonna polish myself, and I'm gonna bless everyone in my presence.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of the similar ones. Like my fitness and health is mandatory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotta.
I just neglected it for so long now that, like, when you slow down, when you're running and you slow down and you start thinking about, okay, well, yeah, I'm making more money, I'm making more business, I'm this, and that, but I don't feel the way I felt like when I wasn't doing all that shit and I was focused on my health and fitness.
Right.
And then you realize, you know what? That's been your thing since you were born.
Right.
I mean, I was in the gym at 5 years old with my dad. He used to be an instructor in martial arts. And, it's been literally part of my life since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I just progressed, kept on progressing, and I got to the top of the mountain. Then I started focusing, instead of keeping that an equal focus to everything else, mm-hmm. I started skewing and then focusing this way. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm in shape. I'm good.
Right.
I can still wear tight shirts and look good and all that shit. And then you start thinking about your businesses. I'm like, oh, dude, I got to make more money. I want a better house. I want a better car. Because I'm going through my 20s still. And then I'm my 30s. And then I'm like, then you realize, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is not, it literally becomes toxic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just feel, not just on the physical stuff, but you literally mentally being poisoned. Like, it's like toxic, And so I had to catch myself, and I caught myself. I literally had a conversation with myself. I'm sure you do that too. Yeah. But I had a long ass. If my windows weren't tinted, and people, they'd be like, that motherfucker's out of his mind. He's yelling in the car. He's either on a phone call or he just didn't take his medicine today. I'm like, fucking, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, but I had, I'm a passionate motherfucker. So I do even when I yell at myself, I'm passionate about it. You know what I mean? So but I had to do that. I had to break this thing, man. This thing that had formulated. You know what I mean?
Well, because it's like when you don't have balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just had, when you were talking just now, I just had a vision of two guys on the beach. One buff, broke, no money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has a job. Yeah. He's not like homeless.
Ordinary.
He's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
But he's in shape.
Jack, yeah.
Not young, in shape.
Yeah.
Then you have this billionaire, bleach white, man boobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he has billions, but you don't know it because we're at the beach.
Yeah.
He has on shorts and he has on shorts.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to give this dude mad props.
Yeah, and this dude's going to be like, what's this? Put a shirt on, man.
And his Lambo and get on a jet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So balance.
Yeah.
I'd like to be that dude in the middle.
Yeah.
With this kind of mentality to make the money, but this kind of mentality to take care of myself. And think about it. As a man, right? You got a nice wife and your kids, right? And your relatives, all right? And you're of stature and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Your family is proud of you.
Yeah.
They're looking at you like, look at my daddy.
Yeah.
Like, I think all men should strive for that. Mm-hmm. It's not necessary to be happy, but what I'm saying is, in your mind, forget them.
Yeah.
In your mind, you should be trying to present that to them. Mm-hmm. And it requires work. Mm-hmm. The same kind of work that you making all this money. Mm-hmm. Same kind of work that you're running all these businesses. Mm-hmm. This part takes work. When people see someone in shape, a lot of dumb knuckleheads say steroids, but they know it's still work too.
You could take all the steroids.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're hating because you know he's busting his ass.
Yeah.
He's just not doing it naturally. Yeah. And so that's the only thing I can throw at him. Because damn, he look good.
Well, he's funny.
I'm just going to throw some mud on it because I'm not doing it.
Now it's either steroids or no, he's just genetically gifted. Like, bro, he works out 6 days a week. and eats good.
I hear that all the time. But there's so many genetically gifted people that never do shit with their physique.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't know they're genetically gifted.
Yeah.
And then you have this other person who is I don't see how I was genetically gifted other than my gifts applied to information, knowledge, and wisdom manifested greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in other words, if I never done none of these things, then I would have been J.J. Walker. I would have been 160, 180 pounds, and a regular dude. No one.
Yeah.
Right. So I took my regular genetics, regular black man genetics, basketball player. Yeah. I have the sprinter gene.
Yeah.
That's not 300 pounds with a 32-inch waist. I mean, that I don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so the genetics is, you cannot give somebody credit. Like these dudes with the gigantic calves.
Yeah, yeah.
They ain't done a,
Chase has the most ridiculous
When's the last
calf.
time Chase got on his tip, did a calf raise?
Chase doesn't even ride a bike. He rides a motorcycle. It's not even the same shit, Chase.
So when you take somebody like me who had 13 and a half inch arms.
Yeah.
And you take them to 23.
Yeah.
That's not genetics, bro.
Yeah.
So you can say, and it's not gear either.
Yeah.
That's 30 years of figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have the formula. I mean, well, actually, I take that back. I do have the formula now, but I didn't have the formula then.
Yeah.
When I started, I did not have the formula.
You were figuring it out.
I was figuring it out. I applied what I knew. I applied what you knew and he knew. You know what I'm saying? I hired coaches. I paid money to learn.
Yeah.
So that's my education.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Harvard and all that to get book learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not knocking anybody that doesn't, but I'm saying, I'm telling you, I'm uneducated when it comes to what's in the curriculum at these big universities.
Yeah.
But I'm experienced with knowledge and wisdom on how to actually apply something and get the result. How to visualize something
in real life
and then make it real.
Yeah.
I have decades of experience in that.
Yeah.
And that's reality. I can use that every single day.
Yeah, well, you do.
These people, they don't use their degrees. I use what I know every single day.
They use the degree to get the job. Right. That's it. You know what I mean? So that's 100% has to be part of it, right? Yeah. So like right off the bat, I got to get that in check, which I have. And now I just have to be consistent.
That's it.
Okay? The other thing is my relationships, my friendships, my relationship with my wife, my daughter, everything. I need to put more focus on that. And, I think as I get older, I realize how important it is to communicate, communicate my feelings, listen to their feelings, and then you find a middle ground that everybody's happy in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And, I don't know how many actual relationships you've ever been in your life. I've been in one that I would consider, because it's always been like.
I'll just tell you this. My parents didn't let me talk to girls till I was 16.
Okay.
So my first girlfriend I got at 16.
Yeah.
I've never been single.
Since 16.
Since 16.
So you've always been in relation, not like.
I've never been to the point where I didn't have.
When you were just single. Yeah. And had like multiple girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I had a roster back in the day, but what I'm saying is.
That's what I'm saying.
From when I could talk to women freely.
Yeah.
To now.
Yeah.
I have never been single.
Right. So what I mean is actual like relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You've been boyfriend, girlfriend the whole life?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
I've never had a dry spell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So for me, I always had, 8 girls, 10 girls that, I would hang out with and have fun with and whatever. But I was always honest. Like, hey, I'm not looking for anything. Yeah. Because I was on a mission. I was like, I got to do something with my life. And I knew early on I wasn't a 9-to-5 kind of guy. So I have to figure out what is the thing that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. That I'm going to be happy. I'm going to make great money. I can help my family, take care of my, So I was going through that. So I was like, there's no way. And I saw people that were in relationships, how fucking they're always out of it. Because they're arguing about something or something happened here. Not enough happened here or whatever. I was like, I can't have none of that energy. You know what I mean? I got to be focused. And we love women. I love women. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just be completely upfront and honest with all of them. I'm not looking for anything serious. If you know what I mean? Like, and I know you get it. I know you get it.
You made me think of my boy used to tell me, boy, I don't even, Louis Ross, Stallion, I ain't seen him in 30 years. But Stallion used to crack me up. He's like, man, I'm faithful to all my hoes. I just don't used to have me dying.
Hey,
he was
that's the next alpha shirt right there. That's the next alpha shirt right there, man.
I'm faithful to all my bitches.
Yeah, that's funny.
That should have me
that's
cracking
great.
up.
That's great. I love it. But that's how I was. I was like, look, I'm not gonna be the dude who like sneaks around or hide shit.
Because you gonna get caught. You gonna get.
Well, I mean, you get caught back in the day. Now, forget about it. There's a camera and everybody's playing. Yeah, forget. Yeah. But even then, like the thought of me having to sneak around when there's so many women is just retarded. Like, why would I do that? You don't like it? Cool. Hey, listen, high five. All the best. So I was upfront and honest with all of them. And then what would happen is, I'm sure you experienced this. You start hanging out with one a little bit more, and then she starts to like have more feelings. Well, what's our status? Like, status is the same, but I like, what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then you have to cut them off. Like, I think it's better that we just, what I mean? So I went through all of that shit. So the only time I was actually in a relationship was like for 6 weeks. It was probably really 2 weeks that I dragged out to 6 weeks. But I was like super young. Right. You know what I mean? I was like in my, 22, 23. And I was dating this Persian girl. And, it didn't last very long. But after that, I was like, all right, no more relationships. I need to find out what my purpose is. Mm. And then when I met my wife now, that was not on purpose either. That was completely outside of my control.
Okay.
Completely. You know what I mean? Right. Because I even avoided it.
Oh, wow.
So not only did I not go pursue it, I avoided it, and it still happened. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And, we've been together 9 years now. So, it just, for me, I've realized, like, with my wife, I have to tell her, like, look, here's what I need from you. You know what I mean? I need loyalty. I need faithfulness. I need, patience. I need you to be my peace. Yeah. We had, man. Like, literally, I just need peace, man.
I just had that conversation again this morning.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
I told Kelly the same thing. I'm like, babe, a lot of things are about to go down.
Yeah.
I said, I need you focused on making sure I'm good.
Yeah.
I got everything else.
Yeah.
So if you could just focus on making sure, come on. Like she already does. She already does it. But she's such a go-getter. She wants to go out and do stuff because she see me doing something. Like,
she's motivated.
I really just need you to just manage all this stuff that's coming. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do that, you're going to be good. She's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I told my wife, I said, look, I don't require a lot, okay? Honestly, everything I require is stuff that you don't have to even mention. You shouldn't have to mention, right? Loyalty, faithfulness, honesty, peace is a huge one. Like, you don't want to, like, as much as we work, to go home and then now you're going to be stressed out at home. That's you know what I mean? No. I can't. There's no way. And then obviously the big one is intimacy. Like if there is no, I used to always say this back in the day, there was a time in my life when I was going through college trying to figure out if that's what I'm going to do. I was going to be, I was studying psychology, and my professor was a sex therapist.
Oh, wow.
And he was old, he looked like the Penguin. Okay. I was like, who the fuck is coming to you for sex advice? Like, you know what I mean?
What's the old lady? I mean, think about her.
Shout out to Mr. Newmark. But he was like, literally, he looked like a character from like Dennis the Menace. Like, you mean, he didn't look like anybody that you would go like get sex advice for couples and shit. Wow. And then I found out that's what he does. Because I was just studying psychology. Because it was like, okay, psychology I can use in whatever. And then my minor, that was my major. My minor was sociology, study of cultures and people. So I was like, those two together, perfect. I can use that in no matter what I do. Then I found out that's what he does. And I was like, oh shit, can I shadow you? Can I see what do you do? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I just talk to couples or, I talk to them by themselves and figure out what's going on and try to figure out how everybody can be happy. Right. I was like, man, that's amazing. I was like, people pay you for that? He's like, yeah. He's like, I get paid more doing that than this. I just do this because I enjoy teaching. So I was like, okay, cool. So I started shadowing him, and then I saw like all this stuff, and I realized sex and intimacy in a relationship is like the glue, right? So you could have all of those other things I mentioned checked off, right? If you don't have that intimacy connection, that sexual connection, your relationship starts to get like this, and then eventually.
Well, if you don't have all the other foundational stuff on lock, and then there's no intimacy, it's a wrap.
Well, that's the crazy,
that's
right?
what's really happening. That's why most people get divorced.
Yeah.
The sex will keep a lot of people there because everything else is in shambles.
Yeah,
and then other people are, they don't, like you say, it's cheaper to keep, or they want to keep the lifestyle up, so they just
cope with
settle
it.
or just cope or
cope
whatever.
With it, I mean, I know. You know a bunch of guys, really wealthy guys. They're like, it cost me too much money to divorce her. Yeah. So I just let her do whatever, and I just do whatever, and then, whatever. You know what I mean?
Man, I literally been with Kelly since '92. I haven't been the perfect whatever, but I always came home. I always, you know what I'm saying? And we're so
locked
weird.
In.
Like, I can't even imagine my life without her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is crazy when you have, because I was 26 when I met her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been with her more years than I haven't been with her. You know what I'm saying? And so, and to still, I remember she was going through chemo and her hair fell out and she was, lost weight and stuff. She was like, do you still find me attractive? I was like, I said, I might be a weirdo. But I think I'm more attracted to you. Yeah. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different type of attraction.
Yeah, it's the energy.
But I was loving her way harder.
Yeah.
When she was going through that than regular.
Than regular, yeah.
So that
I get that, man.
That really, really,
brought you close.
Locked us in.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that, and I know exactly what you're talking about because that's how it is with my wife. Like, any other woman that would put me through any kind of stress, I was like this. All right. No, I'm done. You know what I mean? No argument, no nothing. This is not going to work out. I'll walk away. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, quick. I didn't even wait to the second argument. It was like, no, the first time I'm like, okay, I'm good. With her, it's taught me to battle. Not battle her, but battle with myself to learn, to be a better man, because, when you're living like how I used to live, you just think about you, right? So I was thinking about myself in the gym and my businesses and my this and my that. You know what I mean? I mean, even though I cared about the other people, I didn't love them. Right. Not like I love my wife. No. You know what I mean? Not even close. So, for us to be locked in, and we went through, I don't know, we probably talked about this a little bit, but, like when we met, I was going through a bunch of shit with a TV show thing that was for for the wedding. And I was trying to get that annulment done, and then the chick was like, no. I'm like, well, this is America. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? I can't do that. But I was going through that. So, for me to for her to stand by my side when I was going through all of that shit, like, there's a lot of women that'd be like, this is too much. Like, you're fucking married, you're dealing with court shit, this and that. And I would totally get it, right? Yep. Which is why I didn't even I didn't even tell her about any of that till we ran into each other again when I was trying to avoid her.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, we've been together ever since. Like, we never have not been together, And with her, like, I've done so many things for her, and, like, my entire living on this planet is not, I'm not living for me anymore. I'm literally living to give them the best possible life possible. You know what I mean?
That's a beautiful thing. And that's why you're doing such a good job at it.
Well, I'm trying to, man. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm far, and I tell this to her all the time because we'll get into little arguments or whatever. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're perfect." I'm like, "Man, I am the most imperfect motherfucker on the earth."
It's so funny because, again,
maybe that's another shirt. I'm not perfect. And then I can shout out to wives,
It used to just crack me up, like come home from the Olympia or the Arnold, whatever, top, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boy, go take out the trash.
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever,
you
know
won?
what I'm saying? Like,
you won your little trophy?
Won your little company. Boy, that shit used to crack me still to this day.
That's such I can see her. It's because I know Kelly. Yeah. I can see her saying that. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I would not expect anything less from that.
Yeah. That's my girl. That's my babe.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like so crazy. You know, we didn't go, but I think I told you my client had a little New Year's Eve thing, and we're gonna have
an 80s theme or something.
80s R&B and like musicians, rappers.
Right.
And so we was gonna go as what's the Lisa and the Cult Jam.
Okay.
So yeah, but
anyway. Yeah, next year we'll do our own.
It's funny because that's the pretenses that we basically met on. She's like, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you supposed to be? Full Force?
That's such a great line.
That was the one that got me.
That's such a great line.
So
see, you never forgot it. It was that good.
Never. It's like that.
Yeah.
You know, to see her across the parking lot and be like, damn, how married that bitch.
Yeah.
And then meet her an hour later and been with her ever since.
Yeah, it's so great. You remember like the first time you saw her, how you felt?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
You have to understand, that was in my peak whole day.
Yeah.
Right? I had just left Club Excess. Dancing.
Yeah.
Right? With thousands of chicks.
Yeah.
Then I pull up as a bouncer at 112. I just changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was gonna be all the finest chicks in Atlanta.
Yeah.
All, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just. And so when I met her, she wasn't the finest one, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
It was just something. It was something about her.
Yeah.
And then when she came up to me all spicy, I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she may get mad at me telling the story, but we was gonna go home together that night. She was with her sister. Matter of fact, she came to the club with some dude. Anyway, I leave my car in the parking lot, and she has a Fiero.
Oh, Pontiac Fiero.
Pontiac Fiero. So her sister sits on my lap, and they drive me home.
Oh, wow.
Right? So she's going.
How'd you even fit in the fucking Fiero, man?
Trust me, bro.
Did you take the roofs off?
I don't even know. I was just in there. I wanted to be in there.
Yeah.
And so she was about to park in a parking space. I was like, I got out of the car. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Go on home.
Yeah.
Because I knew, I'm like, if you come here, you're going to be on the list. You're just going to be.
Yeah. Don't be here.
I was like, nah, baby.
I respect you too much.
I literally felt something different.
Is that what you were in right there? That red one?
Hers was black.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that little ass car.
But she didn't have the Ferrari kit on it. What? They 25,000?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I can't even believe. Why is it
12,000 miles? Is this real?
Dude, how
somebody
cool.
Somebody have a real Pontiac Fiero 2-door 1988 with 12,000 miles on it.
with black tins on there.
Anyway,
they're clean though.
The point is, I knew she was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could feel it. It was a feeling. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really trying to be locked down. It was kind of weird. I'm like, I said, you're the first person in a long time that I actually just enjoy your presence.
Yeah.
In other words, I don't need nothing from you.
Yeah.
Just you over there and me over here.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That ain't easy, bro. You can't do that with like some chick that
it's impossible.
You can, but what I'm saying is that was good enough for me.
Yeah.
Where I didn't experience that with other people. I'm getting ready. Well, you're getting ready to eat, or you're getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? Like something about to happen. Yeah. They ain't just gonna be sitting.
Well,
here.
Think about it like this, man. So at that time in your life, that peak time with females, she stood out.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
And again, she stood out physically, but that wasn't it.
Yeah,
that was not it. And I knew it wasn't it. I'm just like, how is that not it?
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know nothing about this woman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
and it's so crazy how God puts people in your life. And you say some people for a reason, for a season, or whatever.
Yep.
And I know now for a fact, without her, I would have crashed and burned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was no one, and even in business, no one. I wasn't controllable. Luckily, I'm in control.
Right.
I got my.
Got your wits got your wits back.
But if I had been off the chain,
yeah.
who was going to do something?
Stop,
Who was going?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so she kept me grounded. I mean, I remember one time we was in Panama City. Spinnakers,
yeah.
Up on the second level.
Yeah.
It's like, 95 degrees outside. I ain't got no shirt on.
Yeah.
Sun beating down. I got my hat on backwards, my sunglasses. I got on the little hot skin shorts at the pool.
Yeah.
I'm chilling, looking at the little whatever contest down there. Some dude walks past and says, "Oh my God, you a big son of a bitch," and smacks me on my back right here. Now imagine the sun been
yeah.
So it really stung really bad.
Like,
and all I did was react.
Yeah. Threw his ass off the second floor.
I turned around, he's in my face.
Yeah.
And I literally that's exactly first thought.
Throw him off the back.
Over the ledge.
Yeah. Because that's exactly what I would do.
She was like, "Tony, please, no." And as soon as I heard her voice,
she knew. You let it go.
Stop.
Yeah.
Right? I let him go.
Yeah.
They drug him and his friends drug him off.
Like,
the next day, this dude comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, sir. Yesterday I was out of line." He didn't even like the same person. Yeah. He was so wasted.
He didn't even realize.
When he said something, he didn't even like the same person in his face. He's like, "I really apologize. I heard I was very out of line.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it." I was like, "Whoo." I said, "Tell her thank you."
Yeah, because you be dead.
You was going over the rail. It was over.
Yeah.
And I would have got locked up.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah,
it was multiple situations like that.
Yeah.
And she literally, I hear her voice, and then over everything.
Everything shuts down.
And I just and I focus on that because I know she sees what I don't see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so it's been like that.
I mean, I get it, man. I mean, that's how it was for me too, bro. It was, it was an instant connection. It was undeniable. Even when I tried to avoid it, God was like, "No," I said, "This one." You know what I mean? And I was planning on, okay, this is the crazy part, right? So I was gonna finish that off, right? The whole thing. And then I had a contract waiting for me to go to Vegas and feature for the Chippendales. So I was like, all right, it was like $400K, right? So I was like, all right, so I'm gonna get this done and I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. Just get away from this area, go over there, do my thing, have a good time. And you know what I mean? Like that was the plan. I already it was all set. You know what I mean? Then she walks in, this is where I say that was my plan. This was God's plan. You know what I mean? God was like, "Your plan is cool. Yeah, all right, cool. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do this." Right. And here you go. And here she is. And okay, good luck. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is it. And I was like, all right. I avoid it. I'm literally trying to avoid her, like running into her. And literally the backwards shit happens where we like run. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And then we sat down. And then at that point I was like, all right, I'm just going to tell you everything. Everything I'm gonna tell you, and I said, look, I'm just gonna I'm gonna be completely honest with everything that's going on, and I totally understand if it's too much because it's a lot. So I did, and then we talked for like three hours. Is that Nick again?
Yeah, did you talk to Nick?
But anyway, I was trying to avoid that shit, right? And guy was like, no, this is you, and he even put in my heart like, you're just gonna tell her, and then that's it. Like it wasn't like I'm giving her to you and you guys are gonna be. It was like,
told her and she was cool,
right? And I was, he was like, I just want you to tell her everything, and I did.
That's what I did.
Yeah, and she was like, look, I don't want to be without you, so I'll stand by you, And she did, man. She stood next to me so strong, all of those years, man. She completely proved herself to me. So. We have our, relationship, quarrels that come up and shit, but that's normal when you're with somebody 24/7 all the time and you're talking and stuff. And then you got the hormones changing and you got all this shit. I mean, it's all part of the game. It's all part of,
So this is, what is this, January 10th?
Yeah.
9th?
Is it? 9th.
By the time you get 90... I'm going to say 120.
Okay.
120 days into your situation, it's going to be before that.
Yeah.
All the issue, any issue that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not where it's supposed to be, will be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I know that now. That's why I said my 3 things. If I focus on those 3 things,
I'm good.
I won't want for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, anything. And so that's one, again, what is, like I say, this is the 9th.
Yep.
April, May, you're going to be like, T, finally. You know what I'm saying?
It's here, baby.
Well, because you're presenting that person to the world.
Yeah.
And you're basically demanding it without saying it. You know what I'm saying? This is the way it's going to be. We create our own realities.
Yeah. 100%.
So 90 to 120 days into your reality,
yep,
it's going to be exactly like you want it.
I know.
You're going to be like, wow, I didn't even have to say nothing.
No. I just have to stay moving. Yeah.
Watch what I say.
Look at this video right here. I saw. This guy he's a very wealthy guy. His name is Aman. And the volume on the video is off. See the little speaker on the bottom? Yeah.
That's what we all want.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a man that would say, no,
like literally, that's what I'm saying. And the craziest thing is, it's like, man, they got some shit in these phones, man. They like read your brain now. It's not even they're listening. They're reading your brain. Because I'm sitting here thinking about the non-negotiables and things like that. Non-stop videos like this, man. Look,
every man's dream. That's the comment said.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if women would just lock in on that,
yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
Whatever dude you set your eyes on, he'd have no chance.
That's it.
It's too simple.
That's it. That's it. Like what he said, I mean, like literally, it's verbatim. Why would you want anything other than that? You know what I mean? It's like so on point.
I don't really care. He said something, I want a wife that's not in public, no social media.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I wouldn't go looking for someone to wife under those circumstances.
Yeah.
But if I meet, you know what I'm saying? If I was single and I met someone that I consider, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like, oh no, you got social media, I can't fuck with you. But I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, he's talking about from
he's
the get-go.
He's basically saying, I want to go somewhere where they haven't been ruined yet, basically.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We have to understand we're dealing with, Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, 2000 on?
Right?
Right, so let's just go back. Yeah. Let's go back to 1990 on. If you were born after 1990, you didn't get no ass whoopings.
No.
None.
Yeah, it was illegal.
You got timeout. You got, punished.
You can't watch TV.
You didn't get no ass whoopings.
Yeah.
So now they're all 30, 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the generation that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's because we weren't allowed to discipline them the way that we were disciplined.
Yeah.
So now it's like if they don't tighten up their own shit.
Yep. That's it.
So I had a conversation with my son the other day. I said, I know I didn't fail.
Yeah.
In other words, but I feel like it sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to understand you, but I understand I only gave him 2 spankings in his life, maybe. I think 1. I gave him 1 spanking. He bit his mom. I spanked him.
Oh, shit.
And he was black and blue.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even whoop your ass. I go to prison. So he ain't had a spanking since then.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And so that was taken out of society. And I'm not saying to go beat your kids. I'm just saying a lot of stuff our parents didn't have to do with us because they did whenever we jacked up.
Repercussions.
They let us know consequences of. So this level of jacking up and this level of jacking up. Yeah. So we jacked up down here. We didn't jack up here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because we knew.
Yeah, we know
didn't
what's
want
coming
that
with
level.
that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were going to try them and push them and get away with whatever.
Oh, dude,
but now these kids have damn near murdered people
and
with no recourse.
Dude, you got kids suing their parents now.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
So it's like we're dealing with that generation.
Gen Alpha. What?
What is it?
2013 and 2025. Gen Alpha.
They're truly clueless.
Gen Beta.
I'm talking
that's accurate. 2025 to 2039. Beta.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Because the people are softer than ever,
Gen
man.
Alpha born 2013.
I don't know. I've never even heard of Gen Alpha.
But what is that? I mean,
what is the? That's so weird. I've never even seen that.
I'm Generation X,
baby.
But the point I'm trying to make is that
we're all.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're the last. We are the last generation. So 80s.
Yep.
Some millennials got whooping.
Yep.
Some of them, like the ones near the 80s.
Chase got his ass whooped.
The closer you are to 80, you got whoopings. But like 90, once you got past like 90,
Bro,
wasn't nobody giving.
I remember the last ass whooping that just put everything into perspective.
Oh yeah.
My dad had a belt that his dad passed on to him.
Yeah.
It was a leather belt that you could not destroy. You could fucking try to cut that bitch, your knife will break off.
They took when they took the ability for a parent to discipline their child physically.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't like whoopings.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling people to go whoop their child. I'm just saying,
not beat them up.
When you mess up and there's no recourse, then you don't even understand that you messed up.
Man.
You got yelled at or timed out or I can't play video games for an hour, whatever they do.
Yeah, lame.
But an ass whooping, hold up. An ass whooping that you had to wait for 7 hours for. Yeah. In other words, you did something and then you had to wait till daddy got home. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Now you had this whole
I used to get
purgatory thought process. You trying to figure out, oh my God, about the psychology of the
You were already mind fucked by the time
they come in there with the belt.
Yeah.
And now you gotta you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta rehash.
Dude, I remember
what you did. Then you get the ass whooping. Then you gotta go cry. Because you know they done beat you to where you hyperventilate. So now we got to get over that part, and then you go to sleep.
Yeah,
and then you wake up and be good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not doing that shit
again.
The
whole getting your ass whooped process.
Dude,
so once you experience that on the different levels, you just start acting right, bro.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute.
It's funny how that works.
Last time I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And our kids, my kids, they don't know what that is. Nico and Montre, I think they got 2 whoopings. Antonio got 1 whooping. Nico and Montre, they never, I ain't had no issues out there.
Right.
But I was 300.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I ain't about to piss that off.
He hits me one time, that's it.
But, bring back the ass whoopings is what
like legit, man. Dude, I remember that last ass whooping I'm talking about. It was like that. I had to wait all day for him to get home. Right?
Yeah.
So it was like, and my mom beat my ass first. Okay, and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell your dad. I was like,
then you be hoping.
No. You beat me ass some more. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm like, good. You can start over. It's fine. Just let's not tell him nothing. So she tells him, and I'm like, fuck. So now it's in the summertime, right? I'm looking in my closet for all the thickest clothes I got. I got like 2 sweaters on. I got 2 pairs of fucking sweatpants on. I'm sitting there, and then you hear the steps. And then I still remember the fucking footsteps coming up the stairs, man.
Listening for the car engine.
I'm like, God damn it. And the door's closed. So the door's open. I'm like, And then, they ask you that rhetorical question. So what happened today?
I heard you
just whoop my ass, man, so I can go to bed.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't ready for no speech.
I'm already mind fucked for 7 hours. I don't need to tell you what happened. It was bad enough for me to for her to beat my ass, and enough for you to beat my ass. So,
boy. That's hilarious.
I remember that. And then after that ass whooping,
I'm telling you.
I never did anything for an ass whooping after that.
Hell no.
That was literally the last one. Like, I remember the day.
I got my last ass whooping at 14. I don't remember what I did. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But she goes to whoop me, right? You gotta understand now, at that point, I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
And she's 5'3".
My mom's 5'2". She beat the
5'4".
shit out of me, man.
Right? So I'm like, oh man, you got me. But whatever. And so I'm already like upset that I'm getting a whooping because it's really, you know what I'm saying? I'm a teenager now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm a grown up, man.
We can discuss this. So she goes, I think she hit me like twice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times. And I just stood there.
Like, okay.
And she was like, I'm not gonna stop until you cry. So I was like, act like I was crying, and she ran out the room. And then next day she came, she said, I'm not gonna beat you no more. It's not gonna have any kind of effect. I'm like, Mom, you ain't gotta worry about me no more. I'm like, I messed up, my bad. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's once you get to 12, 13, 14, you can negotiate.
Yeah.
But them little kids, when their mind is being molded, you need to tap that ass when they get out of line. Yeah. That way they know, oh, shoot, I'm not supposed to do that.
I think it's ridiculous that they started punishing parents for that. Like, I mean, look, we're not saying like beat your kid up.
No, I'm not encouraging ass whoopings. I'm saying, but there's things that.
Discipline.
If there was a way if there was a sentence that you could say to correct the behavior, then say it.
Say that.
Right? Just say it. Yeah. But when they're screaming and telling you to go somewhere and pop them on that ass.
Oh yeah. You can't do that, man. Yeah, I remember this. I'll tell you one more story. A really funny one. It's like a movie. I remember. I was probably in middle school. And I remember we were, where we were living, had this long hallway, and at the end of it, there was a window. Mm-hmm. And I remember my mom said, I can't remember what she said to me, but whatever she said, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, so, right? I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I knew, I started running.
I was about to say.
Because I knew it was coming. So I started running. I look back, and I see a shoe just fucking, like slow motion, like Mission Impossible. Yeah. I dive out of the way because my bedroom was like right at the end. So I dive into my bedroom. The fucking shoe hits the glass, breaks it.
Now you getting it.
I'm like, oh my God. I should have taken the shoe.
You should have took the ass.
I should have taken the shoe. So there, yeah, I got my ass whooped again.
Now you cost him some money.
Right.
Ooh, the last 3 licks was because
yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, I earned that one. And that one, I mean, I owned it. I was like,
you know. I know we talking about ass whoopings, but so when I was 12, I went to the grocery store, hungry in the motherfucker, and I went to go I put a bag of nuts in my pocket.
Yeah.
And went to go pick up whatever I came to the store for, and then I went and took the nuts out of my pocket and put it back. Yeah. Well, the dude caught me putting it back. And then took me to the manager of the store. And the manager, you know, I live like literally from here to my car.
Okay.
From the
so
store.
You walked there. Yeah.
So dude walks me home to my mom. No. Miss Freeman, I caught your son shoplifting. He was trying to put it back, blah, 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 blah. She's like, oh, did you now? All right, so thank you. No. So he leaves, and she was like, man, she went and got the stenching cord on. Brother. You ever had a stenching cord before?
Yeah, that's a bad one.
So we have bunk beds.
Yeah. Well, we're getting transparent as fuck right now.
Always. And so she got the stenching cord out, and I'm like, Mama, I was putting it back, blah, 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 blah. You gotta understand, I got an ass whooping with a stenching cord for a bag of walnuts, bro. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And so she goes to swing, and I dive through to the other side. Because if it was a belt or a switch, but that stenching cord, you already know.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna leave it extra. That's gonna swell.
So she caught me on the back of my thigh, and to this day, on my hamstring.
There's a line.
Yeah, and so when she hit me in the skin came off with it, like almost in the slave movies,
like a whip. Yeah,
when it was an instant whip, and it's still there to this day.
Wow.
Still there to this day. So that was the last time she whipped me with a stenching cord, and then the last whooping I got was the one after that. Yeah. And so I never stole nothing ever again in my life. Yeah. And again, I haven't done anything. Now, like I said, I'm not perfect. Yeah. So I've been in trouble a couple times. Yeah. But that was just me. Yeah. You know.
Listen, man, when you live outside of the norm, you do wild shit, man. And you know, like if you look, I mean, there's times when I think about my life and I'm like, I can't even believe I'm still alive.
Yeah. I ain't been on high speed. I ain't done none of that stuff Nick was doing. Woo.
Yeah.
I've had docile life.
Compared to that. But you know, like I've been in situations where I very easily could have not come back. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of times. Like, you know what I mean? So for me that now as I'm getting older, I'm like, I gotta do something with this. Is like a gift. You know what I mean? Like waking up every day, breathing, being able to walk. You know what I mean? Like you see people, they can't walk. You know? The other day I went to UPS. I went to the UPS store. Got in my truck and I'm driving. You know, when you're driving past like the Publix, there's that area where people cross, you know, and it's like they cross in to go in. And there was this old man. He was hunched over like this and he was moving like, when I tell you, it would probably take him half an hour to get across. Like literally. Boy, I put my shit in park. I got out of the car. I went over there, grabbed him up. I was like, can I help you? And I got him to the little buggy thing, and I put him on the buggy thing, and then I left. You know what I mean? Like, but I was sitting there, and I saw him like coming, and then once he got to there, and he was like, you know, kind of waiting. Yeah. I was like, he's by himself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I saw all of the people walking right past him. Yeah. I'm like, what is wrong with fucking people, man? Like, you're literally walking in like him. You can't hold his hand, and
personally, I'm amazed that he was out doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And
maybe he had to. Maybe he had no choice. Like he's got no.
Know,
you know what I mean?
But that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
You know, you just, man. I remember I met this lady coming out of the grocery store. Same situation.
Yeah.
I think might have told this story, but I'm just leaving the gym. Yeah. Full blown pump.
Yeah. All the way.
The doors swing open. She's pushing the grocery cart walker out the door. right? So we see eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting her to just, maybe look and keep walking. And so she stops her buck and she's like, Lord have mercy. She said, I am 93 years old and I ain't never seen nothing like that. She started touching on me and all that. We had a cool little conversation.
Yeah, like, no.
I was just like, wow, okay, cool.
I was like,
she didn't, 93, bro, that was back in, you know what I'm saying? So you know what era.
Oh, yeah.
Came up through.
Let me tell you something about that chick. She was a hoe back in when she was young, man. Like, 93. Let me see what you got. Hold my teeth.
Never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah. She was a hoe when she was young, but I ain't mad at that. That's cool. It's all good. You know?
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, man. What's that time set? Did we already run through it? Yeah, we ran through that bitch. Hey, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, my brother.
It's gonna be a beautiful year, man. I'm excited. And I'm blessed to have you in my life, and I love you very much. Let's do the prayer, man.
Thank you, Father, for this day, this opportunity, this platform. We ask that you will continue to bless us and let us walk in honor of your kingdom, Father. Bless us and keep us, forgive us for our sins. In your Son's name I pray, amen.
Amen. And bless my third chin. Amen.
Oh, your third chin.
That bitch ain't gonna be here long.
Cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Rich is over here highlighting shit for me. So yeah, the store is up, guys. So make sure you go to the store and get you some merch. And don't forget, did we ever? We remember that we were gonna do that giveaway. We need to.
We did it or not.
No, we haven't done the giveaway yet, but we're waiting on everybody to hit us up. But go to the alphahour.com and the store is up. There's a lot of cool shit on there.
Is it the Alpha Hour?
The Alpha Hour, yeah. Cool. TheAlphaHour.com, yep. And, of course, go to our social media and connect with us. And, like, as always, like, subscribe, hate, love, all the above is always appreciated. And, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can reach us on the sites or directly with us. DM us if there's something specific you guys want us to address. And we'll keep this thing, baby, rolling.
If you need coaching, assistance, let me know.
Yeah. Everything, really.
Yeah, everything.
We got everything. We got everything going. So if anything you need, except for trafficking, we don't do anything like that. Anything else, though, just hit us up. Yeah. Nothing illegal, but everything legal, we're doing it. So hit us up. Happy New Year.